Helen and ask why. You had to go and curse me with feelings. What did I do to deserve this? When your head is more confused and twisted than the cancel circus, it's worthless to stress about it. When you let it go, then you won't think about it. Make peace with yourself so your head won't be clouded and let it go. Baby girl, just let it go. I'm tired of the pain and the strain. Yeah, let it go. It was weighing too heavy on my brain. Myself from the pain, yeah. Oh, just let it go. I had to let it go. I had to let it go.
Turn it up. Turn it up. DJ Igor Beats.
You are now tuned in to Bay Life Radio and the unstoppable Stewarts.
Looking back on what it was, knowing I would rise above, of having the feeling of some of the buildings crashing on me. I feel free to do my own thing, to battle in the ring against my worst enemy within me. Head high to the rising sun, knowing who I can become. Never complacent, never adjacent.
Oh yeah, I see y'all on the live. Come on over to the Twitch.
I've been around the dark and back. I think I ought to know a thing or two. And I know the strength in me you can achieve inside of you. I'm unstoppable. No one can break me. I'm unstoppable. Nothing can take me. Oh no. Unstoppable, I'm gonna make it unstoppable in the face of no one.
Happy Monday, y'all.
Yes,
you know what I'm
happy
saying?
Monday.
Y'all know what it is. It's the unstoppable force, the unstoppable madness. It is us, the unstoppable Stewarts.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We have some special guests for you guys today, and we have some great conversation. It's been the anniversary to Lavelle being
This
home.
1 year joint. This 1 year joint.
It's
This 1 year
about to be
anniversary.
1 year,
It's
you guys.
big. It's big. Like,
big.
I just seen the world for a whole calendar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
right.
it's a trip. It's a lot that's taking place. As y'all already know, I got married to this beautiful lady right here. So it's just so much happening that I saw that y'all that's out here every day in the midst of it probably don't even pay attention to because you're so immune to it. But, man, just seeing, like, the homelessness was just really a trip. I think that was one of the
that was something that
one
was
of the most defining things that that just hit me in the face.
Yeah.
When I came home, it was that, and then I think just the lack of attention that individuals pay on an everyday basis of just walking down the street, engaging with humans.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody got their head down, they looking at a phone. It's just like, wow. Like,
yeah, zombies, huh?
Literally.
I'll never forget, I was on BART one day. I decided to take BART over to San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And literally when I got on the BART, everybody standing and everybody sitting, their heads were down. And then I just remember being freaked out about that, right?
Right.
Then I got off the train and the people standing at the Powell Street station, everybody's head was down. So I know that you've come home and you're like, oh, this is what it is, but it's just as scary for me. I saw the evolution.
Yeah, that's like some sci-fi movie type.
Yeah,
shit.
I saw the evolution.
Like X-Files, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just for everybody, just they had their head just completely buried into their phone and oblivious to everything around them. They just so locked in on that screen.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it's like that was one of the big things, and then. Let me see. Sadly to say, this prostitution with these babies.
Yeah.
to see these kids out there. I mean, this is not for all you so-called wannabe pimps. That is not considered pimping when you have kids on the street, and that's what's going on International Boulevard. You can't call yourself no pimp sending no baby on no street.
Right. These is babies.
Yeah, I mean, this is child endangerment. This is all kind of, child laws that are being broken, and it's just crazy. And then another shock was not seeing no police riding around.
Yeah, there's no more beat cops. Is that funny? There used to be beat cops, literally. Like
today would be like one day you out hustling because tomorrow Tuesday, Task Force Tuesday. Yeah, they slide. Somebody spot getting raided on Tuesday, and you don't see them no more. It's like, wow, like that was one of the big things that I noticed just off the bat, just coming home and seeing that.
Yeah. Amazing.
And then all these crazy stores like Target, like the Walmarts and them type of stores.
It's a big business. It's called big business.
It's unheard of to be able to go to one store and basically shop for everything that you need.
Yeah, we used to have to go here, there. It's all like one-stop capital shop now.
Right, but like I say, to somebody who's been out here and hasn't been subjected to it, they don't know.
Okay, right.
So it just transformed right in front of your eyes, and you just rolled right on with it. Mm-hmm. But for somebody who has actually been gone for literally 3 decades, and then to come home and see that, it was just like, whoa, this is different. This is real different.
Well, I'd like to join this conversation with our special guest. So we're going to take a break and bring in our special guest.
Absolutely.
Right?
Let's do it.
All right, you guys.
Reason why I smile, because I let go of the chains that were meant to hold me down from destiny. The reason why I laugh, because I chose to celebrate. Every day I accept the change. Yesterday is gone, and today I'm good, but tomorrow I'm expecting more. Forget about the past, move into what's ahead. Better days are here. Everything is changing. Things change, they change. Everything is changing. Things change, they change. Letting go is hard, but there's no use in holding on to the things that distract you. So I'm pressing on, and I chose to not complain. Adjusting brings on better days. Ooh, yesterday is gone, and today I'm good, but tomorrow I'm expecting more. Forget about the past, move into what's ahead. Better days are here. Everything is changing. Things change, they change. Everything is changing. Things change, they change. Whoa. Things change, they don't stay the same. Things change, yes they change. Things change, they don't stay the same. Things change, yes they change. Changing. Ooh, change.
back. How's everybody doing out there on this beautiful, beautiful Monday? This is the Unstoppable Stewarts Hour on Bay Life Radio. Y'all know how to hit us up. You can call in at area code 510-563-7819. And you can also watch at twitch.tv/Bay Life Radio. And as we told you before the break, we now have guests. So, wifey, do the honors.
We have Miss Shantell Herndon.
Shantell Herndon.
Herndon.
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say Herndon. It's Herndon.
Okay.
Shantell is amazing. She is running for District 1. And so not only is she running for District 1, but she's been the head, her and producer Shawn Grandberry
Hey, there you go.
Hip Hop TV.
Yes.
They have been doing the Fly Girl therapy, which is a spinoff from Mr. Fab's Thug Therapy.
Yes.
And so I am actually going to be a facilitator
Yes.
on this
Upcoming month.
Yes. And so I'm so excited about that. But we're here to talk about her campaign. We're here to talk about what they have going on.
Yes.
Because they are movers and shakers here in the town. And we just thank you guys for coming on. Thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you for having us.
Yes.
Yes.
So without further ado, please introduce yourself and tell us what you got going on.
Absolutely.
So again, I'm Shantell Herndon. I am going to start with I'm a mom of 3. Shout out to
Shout out
Elijah,
to-
Sage, and Yamaya.
Come
No doubt.
I'm born and raised in Brooklyn.
Okay.
I'm a
Shout out to
Brooklynite.
NYC.
But I call the Bay Area my home. I've lived here as long as I've lived there.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm aging myself right now.
No doubt.
And I'm happy to call this place my home. I've been working in social services for the last 15 years, licensed marriage and family therapist.
That's right.
I train the new future therapists, and being inside the work at this point in my life, and supporting Hip Hop TV and being engaged on a constant basis with the community,
Yes.
I decided it's time to get involved on a deeper level,
Yes.
on a political lens.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that was an area I did not see myself growing in.
Okay.
But I'm fully leaning into this next stage of my life.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm right behind you. People have been telling me that I should run for office, District 3.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, okay, I'm going to have to grow into that. You
Yeah,
understand? It's going to
yeah.
have to grow on me. But, God willing, he's going to direct me where I need to go.
Yeah, and I mean, I had that same thing. I've been saying, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it
Yeah.
for
Right.
several months.
Yeah.
And then there's nothing really to think about it. I think it was Jennifer Ensign. I'm pointing you out. You said to me, you either gotta say you're doing it
Yes.
and lean into it and do it,
Yes.
or you're gonna stay in constant consternation mode.
Yes.
And so, in order to be active, you just gotta say it is, and then once you say it is, God will meet you there.
Exactly.
And
True
then-
that. True
and
that.
then
Yes.
you will move forward. with
Yes.
breath.
Yes.
Well,
I
that's a
love
beautiful
it.
thing.
I love it.
Yes.
What made you say yes to this opportunity?
Well, I had to look honestly at the fact that as a therapist, individually, like as an individual therapist doing one-on-one work, which I haven't done in years, but you hit one person, then you hit their family.
Yeah.
You hit their direct family. A long time ago, I transitioned into being an executive of nonprofits and then working with boards that are serving our community. And in that capacity, I can service and I can support a whole community.
That's what I'm talking about.
And by being part of multiple boards, I can serve and hold a decent amount of the community.
Yes.
But then at some point, you have to realize my capacity to support people is limited. By
Yes.
the time they're getting to me, by the time they're needing the services that I'm able to supply to them, they've done missed several places.
Right.
The laws, the policies, the procedures
Yes.
have gotten them to the point that they need me.
Yes.
So in order to have a bigger impact on the society, not just for now, those laws that we create this moment
Yes.
will take years to get to.
Yes.
But when
Right.
it's created, it's going to last for 5, 6, 7
That's
years
right.
of effect. In order to have that bigger effect on the people and the things that are
Yes.
we need to get into legislation.
Yeah.
We need to get to be at the table,
Yeah. No
talking
doubt.
about things that are going to impact us. So
That's right.
That's that's where I'm at.
Yeah, and I think that's where I'm at with teeter-tottering on the political side, because I'm so passionate about what I believe in. And at the end of the day, it's about changing laws, changing, how they're policy. That's the word I was looking for.
Yep.
Thank you, sweetheart. Policy. And so, when you're serious about it, it kind of pushes you into that to that thing. District 1. Tell us about District 1.
So District 1 is North Oakland.
Yes.
It's a very interesting community. It goes through college, up the hill, all the way up the hill, but it's all down to the flats. So you can see when you are actually in the community, not just in one area such as Rockridge or down in the flats and only there. You can see that there is a great socioeconomic difference. There's also a diversity in regards to racial makeup of the community, but it's very siloed.
Yeah.
Well, we spoke about that, about the difference that I've seen since I've been home. I'm from North Oakland. I grew up at Bushrod Park, and the park has changed. The people who reside at the park has changed. The whole dynamics of what North Oakland used to be opposed to what North Oakland is now has completely shifted, because what a lot of people don't understand is that prior to World War II, when all those GIs came out here and they settled along, Army base at the Army base, and then decided to leave government housing and get housing. The first place that they went to was North Oakland
And West Oakland.
and exactly in West Oakland, and they started buying houses there, because back then, what people would be shocked to know is white folks lived in East Oakland. They eventually got pushed towards Hayward, San Leandro, and further out. But originally, that's how this whole makeup was set up. So me growing up in North Oakland, I saw people that looked like us everywhere. So when I came home, that was replaced with white people.
Yep.
But we always had white people in our community, but they just weren't the majority. Now they are the majority, and we are the minority, and it's a trip. But it's unfortunate, because it all goes back to generational wealth and people not being aware of what generational wealth truly is. So when that crack epidemic hit, our community took a substantial hit, and then as we got older, our parents began to die off, grandparents began to die off, and we were not left with that information onto how to keep that property. And unfortunately, a lot of those people jumped at the first offer that they saw and sold their house for literally crumbs for what they are worth right now in the North Oakland area. I almost fell off my bunk when they told me that the Temescal area was one of the richest areas, not just in Oakland, but in California. I couldn't believe it.
Absolutely. I mean, but there are communities there that are ethnic communities.
Yes.
There's a large Korean population. There is a large Eritrean population, Ethiopian population that are still holding it down.
Yes.
Very invested in the community, but they're not necessarily feeling like they're at the table of those conversations. Too.
I get that.
And I'm interested, and they're business owners,
Yes.
their families, they're caring about their kids, so I'm interested in that community too, and bringing them into
Absolutely,
the
because
fold.
they was there when I was younger.
And they still there.
My bad for not even mentioning them, because those people that you spoke on, I went to elementary, junior high, and high school with. So I'm well familiar with those individuals being in my community. My bad for that.
No, but
they definitely were there.
They're much more of a quieter community.
Yes.
They're insular, but they make sure that they attend each other's businesses. They're there for each other's, to support each other en masse. So I want to make sure that they're at the table too in these conversations.
I think that's important. So I live in District 3, right?
Okay.
And so we've been there for 76 years. So I've seen District 3 change, right? And what bothers me about the whole gentrification thing is that in the mornings when I wake up and I'm going to, open up my door and I say good morning and they just walk by and not say anything. That is so frustrating.
Yes.
Because it's like West Oakland has always been that community that, you know, we are the oldest people on the block. I think we have our neighbors across the street who's been there just as long, right? But before that, you had the Labalises on Campbell Street. You had Jacob's Bakery right around the corner on 13th, you know? And so what do we do as these communities are how do we commingle these communities? You know, like what you said, they want to be at the table.
So I think one of the things, and I may not be popular for saying this, I'm just going to put it out there right up front.
Speak on it. That's what we asked for.
But I'm about unification.
Yes.
Okay.
And so that means from the hills to the flats.
Yes.
That's from the east to the west.
Yes. No
That's
doubt.
foundational Oakland
Yes.
and the gentrifiers.
Right.
They are here.
Right.
They are coming,
Right.
whether we like it or not.
Yes.
But and in order for the Oakland that we're coming into, that we're growing into, they have to be part of the conversation.
Right.
They can't be too scared to
Right.
say hello.
Yes.
They can't
Right.
be scared to be involved, but they can't come and run it over like this is my spot.
Right.
So there has to be a unification where everybody's values
Yes.
are at the table and not
Yes.
devaluing the other,
Yes.
because actually they're bringing resources, they're bringing money to those
Yes.
communities
Absolutely.
too.
Yes.
You know, the
Absolutely.
cops are going to come and make sure your neighborhood is safe because
Well, we have street lights now.
Yes.
We
Exactly.
didn't have street lights.
Exactly.
I was very thankful
Yes.
for that.
They're going to want green grass.
Yes.
They're going to
No.
want safe places. So
Yeah.
there's benefits to
Oh,
having
it
them
was
at
benefits,
the
yeah.
at the
Yes.
table. But if everyone can feel like there's a value in each other, then it
Yes.
won't be, them.
Right.
You know, that
Right.
person next door.
Right.
But, oh, no, you bringing up my property value too.
Right.
Hello.
Let's be neighbors. Let's
Yeah.
talk about this issue that's going on. No,
Absolutely.
you didn't deal with the crime before you got here, but now you are dealing with it, and that's going to be a good thing for
That's
me
right.
and my children too.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
so
I love that
Absolutely.
that's
perspective.
that part.
I love that
Yeah.
perspective.
Absolutely.
I
That's
love that.
that's the best way you could possibly look at it from that respect, because it takes a table of people to come to a collective understanding.
Absolutely.
And if you got not just one side of individuals there making the rules, then everybody got to say. Nobody can complain when things aren't going the way that they supposed to, because everybody has a say.
Everyone's invested.
Everyone's
Right.
invested.
Everyone
Exactly.
is invested.
Absolutely.
You know.
Absolutely.
So yeah, that's me in a nutshell. You know, that's where I'm going, and I'm excited to be able to have opportunity. Whoever's out there and is listening, please do find a way. If you have any solutions, I'm all about solutions. I go to a lot of town halls, and they talk about the issue, the crime issue, the youth engagement
Right.
issue. They talk about the homelessness issue,
Right.
but they get stuck on you didn't do this. And
Yeah.
that's your department that should have been
Right.
done that, or why didn't that happen? And the whole conversation gets eaten up.
Yep.
As opposed to, okay, we all can agree that this is a factual issue.
Yes.
This is the number of this going on in our community according to this. Now that we got that out of the way in 5 minutes,
Right.
now let's talk about solutions. Let's talk about solutions
And-
that could be done today. You could take
Right
that
now.
opportunity, and you
Yeah.
can do that. You can do this. You could do that. And then if we all got into it that way and talked about solutions,
Yes.
that's called progressive
Let me tell you
movement.
something.
Absolutely.
The vibration in solution is so much better than the vibration in problem. Right?
Absolutely.
I am a solution-based
Yes.
person.
Yes.
So that's why I get very irritable at these meetings.
Right.
Okay, because I'm like, okay, what are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
like you said, when you and I met,
Yep.
we were just like the next day we
Yep.
met.
Yep.
You know, like, come on, what's wrong?
Yep.
Why we can't jump into this?
Yep.
So
And the
we
cold
are
thing
always
is you see
doing
the
these
same people at the meeting, so
Each
you would
time.
Each
you
time.
would think that why do we constantly need to bicker
Yes.
about these issues? We can come
Let's
together as
just
a
jump
collective
in.
and
Yes,
boom.
as a
Yes.
collective.
Yes.
As a
Yes.
collective.
And it's
You're speaking my language.
It's the simplest things. I met a woman in the district. I think she'd be okay with me saying her name. Miss Morton. Let's just put her last name.
Okay.
And she goes around to a lot of different community meetings, and she started to get into solutions, right?
Yeah.
And then when I met with her, she gave me just the simplest solution. She said, "Did you know that two solutions, that crime is reduced by people walking around with dogs?" I was like, what? She was like, yeah, less people want to confront you and steal your stuff or engage with you in that negative way when you have a dog. A dog deters. And if for some people, a dog is like, they feel joy when they see dogs. So it changes their relationship to you. So dogs. Another thing she said was about trees, your bushes, that maintaining your bushes has an effect. I was like, well, how is that so? She's like, because you can see better what's coming, what's going, what's happening.
Absolutely.
Who's on the other side. You have more visibility.
I spoke about the Oakland Task Force, and on 59th, the trees how they drape now were draping like that, and they had the city come to and remove every last tree on the street so that they could see the traffic that was going on because they couldn't see it.
Yes. So I don't think it needs to be that
No,
drastic.
I only said that to say
that's true.
that this is the level that the city would go to.
Yes.
But now they sit back and do nothing and just let the trees literally merge from one side of the street to the other. And it's like, what the hell is that all about?
Yes, less visibility, but also it moves the place into feeling less cared for. Mentally, psychologically, there's an impact in that way. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying is that just the person that's just listening and open to hearing things can get these small things that are quickly action items. Yes. I got a dog at home. I don't want to take him for walks. Now I should take him for a walk. Yeah. It just encourages you into feeling like you can do something to make yourself feel like you're
simple tips, y'all. Simple tips.
That's a good tip too.
You hearing it right here at the Unstoppable Stewarts. You know what I mean? Coming to you every Monday from 3 to 4. You know what it is. If you out there and you're listening, you want to call in, it's area code 510-563-7819.
What's that number, Bob?
Area code 510-563-7819.
All right, y'all. We got to pay some bills, but we'll be right back.
Yes.
After these messages. We'll be right back. Y'all remember that?
Channel
9, remember?
She always hitting up.
After these messages.
Go back in my past, search deep down in my soul. My grandmother, she want me, girl. All that glittered ain't gold, yeah. Had to put back together the pieces that made up me. Was filling it with the wrong thing, playing by my own game. But now I see, yeah. My friend and me sat right next to me, all while applauding and thinking less of me. When they thought it was nothing left of me, that's when I dug deep and revealed the best of me, yeah. Lost some of my dearest family, chasing my dreams, but I gotta thank God he gave me angels to watch over me, yeah. I'm tired of the pain and the strain, yeah. Oh, just let it go. It was weighing too heavy on my brain. Oh, just let it go. I tried to numb myself from the pain.
Are you ready to honor the legacy of my brother and hip-hop legend Shock G and make a difference in the community? Show your support for the East Oakland Collective, EOC, by purchasing the new Shock G Humpty t-shirt designed by Shamari Smith. It's available at beatsforhope.com. My brother Shock G was a multi-platinum hip-hop pioneer and producer who was deeply committed to helping the community, culture, and music of his time. His vision for helping humanity was honorable and has inspired people to come together and see to those that need important attention and love. By purchasing the new Shock G Humpty t-shirt, you are supporting the EOC, which helps provide essential services in East Oakland. Together, we can make a difference as we honor Shock G's legacy and support our friends at the EOC. Get your Shock G Humpty t-shirt today.
What's going on, y'all? It's Chewy Gomez out here with the Lava May folks. These folks are doing a great job and a great service to the community. For those folks out there that are homeless, and not even the homeless. I mean, there's a lot of folks that are using this that aren't homeless, right?
It's true, yeah. There's a lot of low-income folks or folks that are housed in places where maybe the showers don't work, or they're unsavory, or maybe they're not private, or not always hot. So we do serve primarily houseless folks on the street.
Now, folks taking a shower, they don't want to get back in their dirty clothes. Is there an option for them to get some clothes at all here? I don't know.
We do have clothing donations. You know, it's all donation based, so the stock fluctuates. But we do have a lot of volunteers or even community members that bring clothes out. So we typically do stock underwear and socks always. If you got goods.
Oh, nice. So if you guys got some socks, you guys care to donate, you got some extra shirts. You know, we all outgrow our shirts. I'm into a 3X now, so I got to donate my 2Xs. But yo, get down there and connect with lavamay.org and make your donations.
So if you want to help out, you can do it right now by purchasing one of these shirts here. Go to beachforhope.com. And get one of these Made in LA Lava May shirts. All proceeds are going to be going right here to the lavamay.org organization. Thank you for your time. Thank you. Appreciate you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Okay,
We're
y'all.
back, we're back, y'all.
Everybody is texting and but
Going
we back, we live. Y'all know what it is when it's live. It's always unstoppable on the Bay Life Network. You know what I mean? Twitch.tv slash Bay Life Radio, coming at you every Monday from 3 to 4. And right now we want to promote something that is near and dear to all of our hearts. Something very special that we need to address to all of y'all out there. So let's do it.
Well, Miss Shantell, we have an event coming up that Shawn and Shantell has been doing for 2 months now. Has it been 2 or 3 months now?
I think this is the fourth one, actually.
The fourth one? Come on. Let's
Shout out.
Come
Fly
on.
Girl Therapy. Y'all know what
Fly
it is.
Girl Therapy. Oh, he had the flyer up. Can we bring it up again?
I mean, mental health is real life out here.
Yes.
It's no joke, and we speak about it all the time. And I'm one to advocate and always, give a helping hand to anybody that's going through some things, because I know what that mental health is like. I was psychiatric evaluated prior to me coming home, so I had to talk to a whole bunch of psychiatrists asking me a whole bunch of questions that I didn't like. But then at the end of the day, some of those questions were beneficial to me because they helped me get the hell up out of there. So mental health is nothing to be frowned upon. It's nothing to joke about. And we're talking about it all day, every day here at the Unstoppable Stewarts. And we're going to speak on it now.
That's it. What inspired you to start the Fly Girl Therapy?
Well, I don't know if y'all saw, Mr. Fab was being interviewed, and during his interview, he had an emotional moment.
Mm-hmm.
And the interviewer was like, "Do you want me to stop? We can come back to it." And he was like, "No, like let it
flow.
Let it be."
Mm-hmm.
And he admitted that he suffers social anxiety and had a very vulnerable moment, especially as a celebrity, having a vulnerable moment that's going to be public for everyone to see.
Yes.
Right. As a result, different men contacted him and reached out and was like, "If you're going through that, imagine what I'm going through.
Right.
I'm dealing with this. I'm dealing with this." And as you know, men, especially men of color,
they don't want to show vulnerability.
My house, that was considered a weakness.
Yeah.
I'm still considered the weak one in the family, just because I'm open to express and stuff. So he started, and he took the helm and started Thug Therapy.
Right.
And Thug Therapy is a place for men to come together and to kind of have an open space to talk about what they've been through, what they go through. And me as a woman that, I specialize in, I'm a therapist, I'm a mental health expert, and I'm out in the community, and I work with regular people in the community who's going through stuff.
Yes.
So I naturally was like, yes, I'm going to support that, but then I'm also going to provide a space for the women to go and for us to work on ourselves.
Yes.
And so we've come together, Mr. Fab and I, with Hip Hop TV and Oak Stop. Shout out to Oak Stop.
Shout out.
To being the primary providers of this service for people of color, for BIPOC communities.
Yes.
To come together and to talk about the things we go go through, to have a safe space to talk about our issues, but then also challenge ourselves to develop and to grow and to heal.
Yes.
And determine what healing looks like for us.
Right,
You know?
right.
And I have to say that the mental health issues should be normalized, for everyone, especially after COVID.
Yeah.
COVID was a big thing worldwide, but to be stuck in your home with your loved ones, the people who are your foundation, and then to find that after we came out, there were more suicidality, more homicidality, more divorces, more domestic violence, more abuse came from that time. We all came out of there with challenges.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't think you had a challenge, you came out of it as a challenge.
Oh, yeah.
We had to be scared of breathing next to our neighbor.
Yeah.
We had to be scared of each other.
Yes.
So no wonder crime has increased. No wonder all of these things have come out of a fact that we were not even sure we were going to survive.
Yes.
Exactly.
So yes, for us to
It's
be
so
able
funny.
to heal
Yes.
is important.
Yes, it's so funny that you say that because during that time, I am a hugger, right? And I had to refrain from hugging people, and it was like I hugged just naturally, right? But you could see the fear and the terror in people's faces that I was going towards. Like, you had to really be conscious of, oh, okay, they don't want to hug, and you have to respect it. But for me, I was ready to heal from that because God didn't put us on this earth to be you over here, me over here, and you don't look at me and we don't embrace each other. Like you said, no wonder crime has gone up,
Well, I mean, you think about the postpartums, and it goes back further than that. I mean, I remember when everybody was scared to drink after people and kiss folks when AIDS was running around.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember, just that fear and all the other, epidemics that we have had that have caused individuals to suffer mentally and go through so much internally and not be able to process it. And that's the thing that what you were speaking on just earlier about young men growing up in your household. That was one thing that we were forced to do, was suppress our own angers and frustrations that was going on with us, that led to literally ticking time bombs where individuals would grow up, and the way that they would suppress their anger and all of that rage would be out in the streets, because that was unheard of at the house. You wouldn't do that. You was always, we were told, young men were told, coming up, that when y'all fell down, it was, oh, let me see your knee and blow it off and you'll be okay and talk to you and you're going to be all right. But then with us is, boy, get up off that ground and brush off, and I bet not see no tears come from up out your mouth. And that's and that was instilled in us. And it was a pattern that was normalized that unfortunately that is going on today.
It's a survival mechanism. Ultimately, our parents did the best that they can, and we are doing the best that we can to help our children to survive. So don't cry, don't be weak, don't show that. It's more of, I want you to be successful. I want you not to cry when your teacher does such and such, your boss does such and such.
I need you to be strong.
I need you to keep it going, keep it moving. And so in a way, for me also, like in my work as one of my volunteer projects, I work with an organization called Returning Citizens. Shout out to Ricky Gaines. And Returning Citizens is for people who have been incarcerated, for when they come out, to be able to support them and provide them with resources. So I get on the phone with them. They talk to people who are on the inside. They talk to people on the outside. They talk to their family, their whole ecosystem. So that while they're inside, they got family who's doing time with them, essentially. And then people, when they're coming out, they're all having a re-entry together. So I've been doing like calls with them. But what I realized also is post-COVID, people were having symptoms similar to people coming out of jail. Because ultimately they were doing time in the house. They were being doing solitary time some of those times. And when you take a human and you keep them isolated and separated from society, from each other, because we're naturally social creatures. When you keep them and you isolate them, they have to deal with themselves. All of their demons come out, and all of this stuff comes to the surface. So we need to heal from that. The same way as we need to heal our people who are current slaves
So, yes.
on the inside.
With that said, if we could get the flyer up again, ladies, please come and join us
Yes.
November 4th.
Yes.
November 4th at Oak Stop.
At Oak Stop.
We'll be there. Yours truly will be a facilitator.
November 7th.
No, I'm sorry.
Tuesday, November 7th
Yes.
from 6 to 8 at Oak Stop
That's
on
all right.
17th Street. No, that's okay. We human.
Oh,
we do this.
Live
We do
TV,
this.
it happens
Yeah,
sometimes.
we do this.
Tuesday, November 7th. Ladies, please come out and join us for some Fly Girl therapy. We will be there and we will just be healing and just coming together as women to my thing I would like to see more women do is congratulate each other. Like, you're a strong woman, I'm a strong woman, right? We're the body of Christ. Some of us are the head, some of us are the neck, some of us are the arms.
Right.
And I want to see more unity
I heard that.
amongst our black sisters
I hear
today.
that.
No
I
doubt.
want to
Yes.
see more unity because we have got to encourage and empower each other. It's okay that you have this gift and that gift. It's okay that I have 3 gifts and I use all of my gifts. Like, how can my gifts help your gifts? How can
Right.
your gifts help mine?
Yep.
You know? So ultimately, I thank you for creating this space for us. And I thank you for having me this month as a facilitator.
Yes, it's going to be
Thank you.
bomb. I also want to give a shout out to Thug Therapy because
Yes.
they are having their next one on November 1st from 6
6 to 8.
6 to
Six to
8
eight.
too. So y'all need to come out, you know, the brothers, the dads, the baby fathers,
Yeah.
you know, the
Yeah.
everything.
I was
That
there at the
dude on
last one.
the street need to go over to that, and us women need to go and heal on it on our own. You went to the last one at Thug Therapy. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, hearing the different stories and people just really, you know, digging in and really trying to invest in understanding why they are the way that they are. The camaraderie was real cool. The guest speakers that they had there was, you know, they spoke highly intelligent and about some real issues that affect a lot of us. And then that image, that first image that you see of some of those speakers that got up and spoke, you wouldn't have thought that they were actually in those type of spaces and really moving the crowd that they were moving just based on the look. And I was telling somebody that was sitting next to me that judging a book by its cover is something that we have done so much, and it's so wrong to do somebody like that. But seeing these cats and listening to their stories and how they triumph through that adversity and are thriving and giving back to their community now is a beautiful thing. And that's what we strive to do here and through our organization, Guide Ride, by helping these children that we're helping and their parents and just really just being there for them, because eventually we're hoping that these babies will grow up and be there for us.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Not put us in a home.
Exactly. That's why you raise your kids like that, right?
Yes,
So that they have
absolutely.
that about themselves. What was the other event that you have coming up too?
So speaking of, it's all about the whole idea of identifying solutions.
If we can
as
get that
opposed
up.
as opposed to getting into issues. We have 2 events coming up that are specifically.
Can we
about-
pull that flyer up?
One more time.
We have another. The second one, yes, please.
So
it's in.
It's December 14th, and it will be at the Logan in D1, District 1. And it's about youth engagement, development, and interventions. And it's about talking about ways that we can support our youth and can build programs and engagement with them that's going to help them to not want to be on the street doing all the nonsense and to be into the conversation. And in January, on January 18th from 6 to 8 p.m., again about solutions. And it's going to be at the Logan. We're going to be talking about community safety, such as things like take a dog for a walk. But even more so, we're going to get macros, some police officers, and talk about things that we can do today, tomorrow, in order to feel safer. That is kind of my thing. I am the real progressive for real progress.
No
Okay,
doubt.
all right.
Real
I get
progressive.
I
for
love how
real
you
progress.
change that up. I am.
I am,
We have to
yes.
speak this thing.
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody in here trying. You know what I'm saying?
No,
we
we're
doing.
not trying. We
Yes.
We
are.
doing.
Yes.
We doing.
Yes.
Ain't nobody trying. I mean, trying is That's the problem now. Too many people was trying and just watched everything bypass them, and now it's the way that it is.
Yeah,
so
about
now
action.
we got to start really doing.
You know, the difference between failure and success is action.
Yes.
Literally. That and goal planning.
Yes.
If you're not setting a goal
Yeah.
and working towards that goal, what are you doing?
Yes.
Nothing,
Exactly.
pretty much.
Yes,
You know.
and ultimately, there's a thing to go back to my therapy component. When they say something is crazy, is because you did the same thing over and you expected something different.
Oh, there we have
there
it. We
we
have
go.
it.
Equitable solutions for the community.
Yes.
So
Awesome.
that's in December 14th, 6 to 8 p.m. At the Logan on Telegraph.
Yes.
And then January from 6 to 8 as well at the Logan. Please do come. Please be part of the solution. Help us to find ways to be a community together.
Yes.
So, and that ties into what I was saying is by doing the same thing and expecting something different.
That's
is
insanity.
That's insanity.
Yes.
So what I've learned from even in our district, District 1, we tend to, if you look at the history of District 1, it's always been the same type of person running and being reelected.
Yes.
Only 2 times in all of history have there been a woman represented in that seat.
No doubt.
Wow.
So all that other time of history has been men.
Yeah.
There's never been a person of color been in that seat. So all of that time, it's always been white people, only 2 times women. So the majority of the representation in that district has been white men. With the same kind of philosophy, the same kind of way of running things. If we are at this point where we need something transformational, we want to actually see something progressive, then you need to have someone in that represents diversity.
Yes.
There are women that have never been having the opportunity to really been sitting at that table and to make a difference.
Yes.
There's been people of color that have never been able to sit at that table and make a difference. Our community needs to see different representation in those situations
You're absolutely
in order
right.
to bring change to the community.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
You are so right.
Yes.
Look, I have to give you a hand on that one as well.
Well
Real
spoken.
progressive.
Literally.
Well
a
spoken.
real
You heard it
progressive.
first right here. Unstoppable Stewarts every Monday from 3 to 4. We're giving it to you raw and uncut. You hear it here first. And we love our guests and thank y'all for coming today because,
Thank you.
man, it's a lot. And this information could never all be consumed in 1 hour. So at this time, we'd like for you to, let the public know where they can find y'all so we can get a little bit more of this information.
You want to go first? Go ahead, Shawn.
Shine Hip Hop TV, Hip Hop TV Live on IG, and Hip Hop TV on Facebook, Hip Hop TV Live on all platforms, actually.
You know what it is.
And I'm Shantell Herndon, SHANTELL for District 1, Oakland City Council. You can find me on Instagram and you can find me online as well.
Yes, yes.
Please do come and talk to me. I'm a human being. I've been working out in this community for a long time, and I plan to continue working for you.
Yes,
And
yes. And you guys, please come out November 7th. Please save the date. We really like to see you guys there. We're really going to have a good time. I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm totally excited about
And
it.
that vote is real.
Yes.
I mean, for those of you that's out here that's straddling the fence that don't really know the political process, that's what that smartphone is in
Yes.
front of you for. Sometimes you might want to let Instagram or Facebook alone and really find out what the political process is.
Get to know your
so
candidates.
that you can know and understand your candidates and really make a difference and a change in your community, because there's some people out here that got real agendas, but they gonna need that support.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep. The people that are going to come out and bring their crew together are the same ones that did it last time and the time before.
Yes.
So in order for there to be some change where you are actually having your thoughts, a leader in the community that sits in those community meetings,
Yes.
that goes to your community, that feeds those homeless people, that provides programs that make a difference. If you want to see those things come into fruition in regards to laws that affect your mama, your daddy, your brother, the
Yes.
dude down the street that is sitting on that corner struggling. If you want to
No
see something
doubt.
different, then
Shout
you gotta
out to
get
Rodney.
out. You gotta get up and you gotta get out and you gotta vote.
Yes.
Yes, you gotta vote.
You heard it
You
first.
gotta vote.
The vote is real. I used to downplay all of that stuff, right? But that was being in that cycle of
Mindset,
ignorance.
yeah,
And we get put in that ignorance as kids to hate the process. But the process is what makes this country what it is.
Yes.
And it wasn't until my sister's television was stolen that I realized that I was completely helpless, unable to help her because I was in a prison cell and had to tell her to call the police. And it was at that time that I started having a whole different understanding for them and what they do. There's bad people in every organization in this country, but there are good ones. And all I could ever hope was when I told my sister to call the police, that one of those police was caring enough to make sure that my sister was okay, because I was not there. So I know the whole narrative. Man, F the police and all of this. Yeah, that's cool, but trust me, until you didn't actually been affected and understand
need the police.
That need, you going to change how you feel about them people. You know what I mean? And I had to really swallow that pill and get out of that space. And so many people, deprive themselves of going to the polls because they don't like the system.
I was like that myself, and here I am sitting here, going to be on those polls. I was like that myself, but then I can't complain when I'm looking at people's sisters and brothers that are out there hooked on drugs.
No doubt.
And are worried about access and resources. Or when I go into those communities, into the tent communities, and I'm seeing what's happening, and I'm not seeing a way that we're able to support them, but also support the resident who's living there, down the street, who's paying their taxes and want their home, their area to be clean, and that both are a need, and if I'm not contributing to dealing with the issue, then I'm part of the problem, because the people who want things to stay the way they are or want their things to go the way they want them to go, they're going out to vote.
That's right.
That's
absolutely.
Right. That's right. You're absolutely right.
Because they are aware of the process.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
And that's with everything.
Yes.
Person can't walk around here and pretend like there is no order in place.
Yes.
Because there is. And when you get frustrated about it, what are you going to do to change it?
Right.
It's just that simple.
What are you going to do?
You can make a difference. I used to didn't think you could, but trust and believe the system is designed that we could truly move the crowd if individuals get out there and say enough is enough.
Unity. If we stick together, we're stronger together than we are separate.
Yes.
And that's the part right there, the unity. I love it. Shantell, you said that's your word. Yes. That's my word too. You speak my language, sister.
Yes.
Because it's about unity. It's about us coming together. It's not about all these different collective organizations here in Oakland, because reality is ain't none of y'all stopped crime.
No.
Right? Okay? No. So why don't we try something different? Like you said, doing the same thing, expecting a different result, that's insanity. So why don't we all of these organizations come together so that we can move the crowd, as my husband says?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yes. Thank you guys. We thank you, Shantell and Shawn, for coming on today.
Yes.
And I think that we're on to something.
Yes.
We are definitely on to something.
And for those of you out there watching, we want to thank y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yes.
Get this real information. Spread the word about this beautiful sister right here and what she's talking about, because it's real. It's unstoppable, and you heard it here first at the Unstoppable Stewarts. Yes. So I say it all the time, get with the program or get out the way.
Yes.
It's just that simple. We don't play here. God bless y'all.
All right, y'all.
Free to do my own thing, to battle in the ring against my worst enemy within me. Head high to the rising sun, knowing who I can become, never complacent, never a
chasing, always number one. I have begun. I've been around the dark and back. I think I ought to know a thing or two. And I know the strength in me you can achieve inside of you.